First, we will show you how pieces move across the chessboard. They move in different ways depending upon the type of piece. All the pieces move by sliding, except for the knight, which jumps. A rook, bishop, and queen are the long-distance pieces. They can slide as many squares as you want. If an opponent's piece is in the way, you can capture it by removing it and replacing it with the piece that you are moving. The captured piece is put at the side of the board.
Last but not least, let us meet our little pawns.
Hello!
We are
the pawns.
There are 8 of us in each color.
We are the smallest pieces.
Sometimes pawns are called rather unimportant.
Hey, hey! We're protesting.
No other piece has so many special rules as the pawn. We can't be that unimportant.
In fact, there are so many special rules that we can't even explain them all here in this video.
But the most important rules about pawns, we want to show you already here.
A pawn can only move 1 square forward at a time. However, it is only from the starting position that it can decide whether to move 1 or 2 squares.
The pawn is the only chess piece that moves one way and captures another piece in a different way. A pawn moves 1 square straight ahead. It captures an opponent's piece diagonally forward. Therefore, it is possible for the pawn to be unable to move any further if a piece is directly in front of it.
The pawn is the only piece that can only move in one direction. That is, always forward, never backward.
The pawn is worth only 1 pawn coin. However, it can change into another piece during the game and thus increase its coin value considerably.
This happens whenever a pawn reaches the opponent's back row unharmed. It then turns into a piece of its own color. It can be a queen, rook, bishop, or knight, depending on the player's preference. The pawn often becomes a queen because it is the strongest piece.
This is how the little pawn can increase its value by up to 8 coins. We can easily remember this with the right gymnastics exercise. We squat down and make ourselves as small as possible, then slowly stand up while counting to 5 or 6, depending on whether our pawn starts with a double step. When we stand up straight, we stretch our arms up just like a superhero.
So each of the 8 pawns also contains a queen, so to speak.
Yep. So in the wildest case, a player could have up to 9 queens on their board.
Oh, but then there's a lot of confusion on the chessboard.
Of course, even small pawns can attack the opponent's king. Of course, we can also checkmate.
We'll show you another special rule for the pawn, the so-called en passant, next time. For now, a big round of applause for all our pawns. Thank you very much.
Now you've met all the pieces. You can also find all the other pieces on the channel of the Deutsche Schulschachstiftung. Also, check out our book. You'll find an exciting adventure with our talking chess pieces, as well as lots of tips and tricks for parents and chess coaches in this book.